Okay, happy Friday afternoon. I'm meteorologist Josh Stone in for John Scalzi today. He'll be back on Monday. Let's talk about, just really quickly, the satellite imagery, what's happening in the tropics. We got a big plume of convection here in the western Caribbean, and, well, there's something going on here. We'll break that down for you in just a few minutes. So let's talk about the weather headlines right now. A few scattered storms today. Most of those will be inland. Then guess what? Tropical moisture comes in here next week, and we're talking about, once again, widespread rainfall along the Suncoast. Speaking of rain, well, our radar is now acting up. We're looking at a pretty nasty storm just to the north of the downtown Tampa area. And then for our area here in Manatee County, around Bayshore Gardens, we have a little cell producing some showers. Looks like the storm up here in Tampa starting to wind down a little bit, but still a lot of lightning strikes up there. Palmetto, Bradenton, just a few steady showers. And around Northport, just to the east of I-75, a heavier cell. But this looks like it's going to hopefully dwindle over the next few minutes or so. These are what we call pulse storms. They pop up really quickly and then they fall apart, and then other ones start to develop with the heating of the day. But you can see most of the activity is generally east of I-75, and that's what we can expect for this afternoon. Now, as far as our water vapor imagery, the light blue colors show us where the mid to upper level moisture is, and there's a little bit of it. And also some dry air showing up in tan here in the Gulf of Mexico, starting to edge its way towards our area. Now, it looks like over the Father's Day weekend, we'll get to experience a lot of activities outside with no issues with Mother Nature, which is obviously a good thing. Things change, though, as we get into early next week with tropical moisture coming our way due to a southerly wind to help bring that in our direction. Some rough storms in the Midwest last night. Looks like they could experience another round of severe weather in places like Missouri and Iowa. But for our future cast, once again, most of the shower activity will push eastward for this afternoon. Relatively quiet night for us tonight, and then tomorrow, other than a few hit or miss showers, I think the chance will be fairly low. And then, well, all eyes now will be on this. A lot of convection here in the western Caribbean. A southerly wind is going to help bring this up into the Gulf of Mexico. And what's interesting is, of course, the Gulf of Mexico has very warm waters right now, and warm waters in the tropical season are fuel for storms to develop. Not saying that this is going to develop, because there is a lot of upper level wind shear, so these things can't thrive upon upper level strong winds. But the fact is, it does look like it's going to edge to the north, and then depending on which way the winds are going to take this, we could either get the core of this bringing a lot of rain, or just the outer edge of it bringing some still widespread rainfall to the Suncoast. Also, another system to note here in the southern Atlantic, that has about 20% chance to develop into something, but we'll keep an eye on it for you. If you're taking your boat out today, the high tide will be at 5:28 late this afternoon. And for the boaters, southwest wind at 10 knots. 7-day forecast shows a pretty mild weekend ahead of us for Father's Day. And then as we get into early to mid next week, well, there's that tropical moisture coming our way. We'll have to tweak that as this thing develops. Back to you.